Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another video trying to finalize our 120 grain Speer Gold Dot load for hog hunting. I am on a really tight schedule, so this video is probably going to be a little bit abbreviated. I have to leave for the range in an hour and a half in order to test these, and that will probably be my last chance to test them before I leave for Texas. So, let me explain a little bit of my conundrum. I have loaded up 36 rounds with the Speer Gold Dot. This is my last 36 cases of the Hornady brass for its third firing. It's currently been fired twice, and this is its third firing. It's done pretty well for me so far. In the rest of my batch of brass, this stuff here, and try to get it in frame there. This box here has all been shot 3 times now. The problem is, I thought that I could just size this and load it up again. Trouble is, I think my case necks are way too hard to have another firing without being annealed. The primer pockets seem fine. I loaded up 4 rounds here, but when I sized these cases, and these are 3 times fired, so this will be the 4th firing when this is shot. I sized 3 cases, and trying to drag that expander ball through the neck was really difficult. Other than that, they kind of sized easily, but I was afraid I was going to start tearing stuff up, possibly messing up my die, which I really can't afford to do at this point. Seating pressure was also extremely inconsistent, and that's just not something that I'm wanting to take on a hunt. 36 pieces may be enough. I am doing 2 nights of hunting. I have no idea how many rounds I'm going to shoot. 36 may be enough, but I'm not going to risk it. I want at least 100 rounds of ammo just to be on the safe side. So, I had not planned to break this out yet, but I have 100 pieces of Starline 6.5 Grendel brass that I just got in from Brownells. They had a sale on it. This 100 pieces was right at $50. So I have this, and we're going to start and do sort of an abbreviated load workup today. The load that I've got in here is 27.2 grains, and that's running us right at 2,400 feet per second. What I want to do is do a quick 3-group test with the Starline brass, and I'm going to go 3/10 below 27.2 and 3/10 above, and shoot through those groups, see how this brass does, see which of those loads is going to hit an accurate spot and probably hit that 2,400 feet per second node that we seem to be sitting on in our gun. So, without further ado, I'm going to get this brass out and get it prepped up. I will only come back and show you the brass prep if there's anything interesting. I expect to have to do a little bit of chamfering and deburring on the case mouths from the other Starline brass that I've tested, but I will also measure and see if I need to trim. Anyway, I'll only come back to you guys if there's anything super interesting on that. Alright, so since I talked to you last, I've got these 20 pieces of Starline brass prepped up. I've chamfered and deburred the case mouths, checked the overall length, and we're sitting right at 1.510, which is trim length, so no trim needed right off the bat. I was surprised there wasn't as much of a lip on the case mouth as there has been on the 308 or 6.5 Creedmoor brass. So I was pleasantly surprised by that, and there's not going to be as much prep needed. Oh, I did run these through the sizing die, too. I don't know if I said that or not. Let's get them primed up. These are CCI 450 primers. One thing I was running into on the Hornady brass is that they were very difficult to get seated. They slid into the primer pockets easy, but they were very difficult to get seated flush or slightly below flush. So I'm hoping for a little better result with the Starline brass. And right off the bat, you probably can't see it well on the camera, but right off the bat we've got a seat that's just below flush, and that is perfect. Try another one here. Yeah, perfect. Much happier with that. you're seeing 20 pieces of brass here, and I know I had said before that this was going to be a 15-shot test. Well, between then and now, I made the decision to make it a 20-shot test and throw in one lower charge weight as well, just for safety. These are priming up beautifully. The primer pockets feel very consistent, and they're all seating to the exact depth that I want them to without any extra squeezing that's compacting the primer. So I'm happy with that right out the gate. So I'm going to finish these priming up, and then we'll load them with powder. All right, we are ready for some powder charges. And again, the powder for today is AR Comp. That's what I've had the most luck with in 6.5 Grendel. I'm definitely wanting to do some more testing with 8208 XBR, but I don't have the time to do that right now. In my basement workshop today, where I do all of my loading, it is kind of chilly. I would guess it to be around 50 degrees, 45 to 50 degrees, which is a little colder than I'd like, especially for the scale. But I've actually had this scale folded up and in my pocket to physically warm it up. And then I've had it here on the bench to warm up electronic-wise. So we're going to get our scale on here and get it zeroed out. And right away it was reading the weight that I expected on the pan, so that's good. I have done a little loading earlier today, and the scale didn't seem to be having too much trouble today, so I'm going to hope for some good results. Let me look here at my book, because I wrote all this down. Starting out at 26.6 grains, going up to 27.5 with this 20-shot test. And if I remember right, this scoop is throwing about 26.6 grains on a nice full scoop. Oh, looks 26.8. Okay, there's 26.6. And the scale's coming back to 0, which is a good sign. I'm going to give it a little less heaping scoop here and see what we get. That's a little better, 25.9. I'm going to try to stick to that. And we'll just trickle up to that 26.6 number. There it is. I'm going to be replacing this Hornady scale pretty soon. I was waiting for Johnny's Reloading Bench to come out with his scale video so that I didn't have to do all that testing. So I'm going to be buying one of the ones in his top choices pretty soon. And we'll have a scale that's hopefully a little more conducive to trickling. Because this one, as you can probably see, is really slow to come up to the number. And it makes trickling really slow. Alright, nothing to see here on the rest of the powder, so I'll come back to you at bullet seating and we'll evaluate how the case necks of this Starline brass feel. I've got our Speer Gold Dots out, all our powder charges weighed, so I'm going to back out my seating stem quite a bit here, and we'll start seating bullets. Ooh, not a ton of neck tension, which is fine with me. Okay, let's see what our overall length is sitting at. It looks like we're going to be pretty close. 2.286, so I just need to come down 20 thousandths-ish. And I don't have a micrometer seating die, so this is going to be approximate adjustments. 2.279. 2.269. 2.264. Let me hit that just a little more. And we'll move on to the next bullet because we do have some variation. 2.261. Let's go to the next one and see what we get here. .262. And 2.261. I'm going to leave it right there. I don't see any problem with that. Now let's measure our neck tension. Just for kicks and giggles, because it seems to be real nice and light. 2.28, no, 0.286. We're going to go with 0.285 right there at the mouth. I'm expecting about 2 thousandths from the feel of it. .288. So we're at 3 thousandths on that one, which is about perfect. Let's measure one more. Okay, I've got 0.285 on that one as well. And 0.2885, so 3.5-ish thousandths. Got a little variation there, but that's going to be perfect. I'm happy with that so far. And they're seating really smoothly. Okay, let's take a quick jump up to our highest charge here and see if we're getting any compression or any growth in length. I didn't hear any powder crunching. A little bit of powder movement in the case when I shake it. And we got a length of 2.263. Let's measure one more. We may have had 1,000th of growth there. But I didn't get a very big sample size of measurement in the first set. 2.262, about the same. So I'm going to go ahead and seat the rest of these bullets, and then I'm going to change clothes and get out to the range right away here. Alright, we are out here on the range, and this is going to be a slightly abbreviated version of the range footage that you normally see. And instead of a target camera today, I've got the ATN X-Sight. I have changed the reticle color so you can see it there on the target. But we're going to start out here with 26.6 grains. Okay, I actually do see them. I'm off to the right. Chronograph picked up, so that's good. I think I'm going to take off this muzzle brake before we hunt, because even with earplugs, it's loud.
Yeah. Doesn't help that we're in a building, too.
Right. That's not a bad group.
Yeah, you want to say that's a real good group.
I'm surprised through this scope that it's throwing that well. Well, 4 of those shots were real good.
Yep.
That one I called pulled. I'm going to look at that brass because that's a higher charge weight than. That spread out a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
I kind of figured it would. That 4th group was the charge weight that I had verified before in different brass. And the velocity was the same, so we should be about set. All right, let's have a look at our target here. And I'm not paying super close attention to these group sizes, mostly because I was shooting through that ATNX sight and it was really hard to get a consistent sight picture. When I went back and watched the video and zoomed in, I was seeing that my dot was kind of anywhere in that box because I could not see to get it any more precise than that. So, first group 1.7 inches, second with 26.9 grains was hovering around 1.5. This group, this shot I pulled just a little bit. Otherwise it was 0.6 inches for those shots. I was real happy with that. This is the load that I was using before, 27.2 grains. It's what I had loaded up for deer and what I shot that last deer with. And this is hovering right around our 2,400 feet per second area that we're finding is real good for this gun. And then 27.5 grains opened it up to 1.9 inches, almost 2 inches, which is right in line with what I've seen in the past. So, we're going to load up this last 80 pieces of Starline brass with the 27.2 grain load, and I am going to adjust my scope a little bit because you can see I was using that as an aim point, and that's where my group is, which is kind of what I wanted for the video, but we'll have to adjust it for actual hog hunting, and I will do that certainly before I leave. But I'm going to load up this next 80 pieces of Starline brass with this load, and I'm going to take it along. If the 36-ish pieces of the loads in the Hornady brass that I have run out, I'll switch to these. Otherwise, I'm going to probably try to wait and shoot these at home where I can easily collect the brass. I am willing, and if I absolutely have to shoot these while hog hunting and lose the brass. I can always replace it, even though I kind of hate to do that since it is brand new brass, but oh well. Thank y'all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check back soon. We're going to have more to come in reloading several different calibers. Next up, we'll probably either be doing the 75 grain bullets in 223, or we'll be doing the 123 grain bullets, the Hornady ELDs in 6.5 Creedmoor. So one of those two is probably coming next in the reloading side of things. But that's down the line, probably after the hog hunting. Again, thanks for watching. Have a good one.